I always imagine there's a kind of element of trepidation when you walk onto set for a first season. You're kind of getting to know the cast, you're getting to know the crew, you're getting to know the character. You kind of don't yet know how it's going to be received and how it's going to kind of turn out. How different is that on a second season when you've got that? You know people are enjoying it. You know it's been executed well. Is there a kind of air of confidence that's kind of breeds, but that's bred that kind of permeates around the set?
Yeah, and you also feel the writers know what the show is. You find your footing as a show. The crew feels good to be there because they believe in the show. It just feels like, everyone's psyched to be there. You know, for me, it was weird because meeting people in season 2 who had auditioned for the show, I forgot how big the show was, and they were like, man, it's crazy to be here. And I was like, why? Why? Because you're already part of the show in your head, so you're not dealing with that pressure. And then just hearing them talk about what the show was, they were fans of the show before they auditioned. That's a wild... It's weird to be on the receiving end of that, on the other end. Ooh. Dude, they're trying to kill you. It's your wife. Your wife heard you. You watched it without me? That's pretty dark, man.
It's bad, isn't it? I can't believe I've just admitted to it.
Did you like the show? Do you like the show?
Yeah, I do. Atlanta. I like Atlanta a lot. Yeah, I hadn't seen the first one
until... you would lie to your wife.
Yeah, no shit. I hadn't seen the first season though.
I can't trust you, dude.
Until this kind of junket came in just before Christmas. I watched it over Christmas. I'm quite a new night agenter.
Nice.
But because Peter, the thing I love about this most is I love the character of Peter. I'm a big anti-hero, kind of lead, flawed kind of lead role in a kind of movie, thriller kind of action stuff. But he's a very honourable man, and even though he is flawed, he's on a pursuit for like the truth. And I think he's a very principled man as well. I just wondered, and this is a kind of romanticised thing that I think maybe viewers project onto actors, but has he rubbed off on you at all? Does that ever happen with characters? Do you ever kind of take some of their positive traits and try to adopt them?
I think it's the inverse, dude. I think that Peter and I are very similar in that regardless of personal cost, the truth is sort of all there is, and honor is something that you have to accrue, and you can lose it very easily. And I think, I'm very similar to Peter in that way. But it's cool that, you like that about the show.
Did you do your... I've read reading you do your kind of own stunts. Was there any in particular you just thought, why the fuck have I agreed to do that? You want me to jump over that?
Sore the next day. Yeah, but during, it's fun, man. During, your adrenaline's going and you're doing things. Because that's the thing about doing them is... you do have that adrenaline and that energy carries on screen because you're dealing with something that, jumping out of a window or getting tossed around in a fight or something. Like, you're not faking those things. So you do get that little high, that boost of, like, pushing yourself through something,
I want to ask too, because you've got an really impressive growing list of kind of credits to your name now. But one I watched recently, which I love, was Juror 2. And I just wanted to ask, how was it working with like Clint? I mean, he is, to call him an icon of kind of cinema, it almost feels understated. But to have the opportunity to collaborate with him, what was that like as an actor?
It was pretty wild. It felt like you were, night at the museum, like in real life, where like Napoleon is standing there in front of you, telling you, and you're just his lore and his, status in American sort of, environments is like just everything. Like my dad's a fan of him. My grandfather was a fan. It's one of those things where it sort of transcends his business, his identity. And it was really cool working with him, seeing how he acts on set, how much his crew respects him. It was just a wild, you just sort of sit there and have an out-of-body experience sometimes when he's directing you. You're just like, what the hell is happening right now? That's Clint Eastwood.
And just very quickly before I go then, do you have a career bucket list? Do you have any targets? Be like, I want to be in this genre, I want to play this type of character, or I want to work with this actor or this filmmaker. Do you have kind of targets you set yourself, or is it just see where the wind blows?
Yeah, it's sort of see where the wind blows, because I'm not a student of this business. So there are obviously icons like Clint and everything that I wouldn't have dreamed I would have ever worked with. So it's like this, if I set my sights on it, sort of, I feel like it won't happen. And if I put a name to it, I feel like it won't happen. I'd rather just, go through life with my principles, and then whatever door opens that filters through that, I'll walk through it. But, I've always wanted to do a Western. I think that'd be pretty cool. But any jobs where I have to, learn a skill. I think that, it's cool.
Brilliant. Well, thanks so much for your time today. I'm going to
Yeah, of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys.
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys.
Hey,